So, to show your health score and how many lives you have, inside the same controller that we had before, which is invisible and doesn't really need a sprite, every step of the way it's also counting how many burgers there are, and when the burgers are gone, the broken wall goes away. Well, that's great, but we also can use this controller to display our score and those other things. So you click on Add Event, Draw GUI. GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. GUI. So you say Draw GUI, then over on the Score tab on the right, you want the one that says Draw Score. When you want to add or subtract points when they shoot an enemy, for instance, you would set score. However, we just want to draw score, and by draw it means display the score. Now, the X and Y, imagine the top left corner of the room is the 0, 0. So how far in and how far down would that be? So I'm just going to say I want it to be 60 pixels over from the edge and 60 pixels down from the top. And the caption's going to say just score is fine. I also want to draw how many lives they have. Now, if the other one is 60 over and 60 down, and I want them to stack up perfectly, I might also put this at 60, except instead of 60 down, I'm going to make this one 75 down, so it's 15 pixels below the other one. And hit OK. I also want to draw the health. Now, this one's interesting because it has an X1 and X2. Let's check these out first. X1 and X2. What that means is X1 is the left part of the bar. The X2 is the right part of the bar. How far from left to right will that bar be drawn? The Y is going to be where's the top of the bar and where's the bottom of the bar. Okay, so if I say X1 is 60, X2, if I only want to, let's put in 70 here, and I'll show you why that's not a good choice, because it's only 10 pixels from left to right. And then here I'll say I want it from 80 to 85. It's only going to be 5 pixels tall. And you can change which colors they are. Fuchsia. Beautiful. Now, the controller's already in my room. Let's test the room and see what we got so far. Whoops. Make sure you choose visible. I'm going to take my sprite off so I can make that visible. Sorry about that. There we go. It's kind of overlapping. My health bar is overlapping. And see how tiny that health bar is? That was not a good choice. So I'm going to go back to the health bar, and I'm going to say from left to right, I'm going to make it go to 120, 60 to 120. And the height, I'm going to start it at 90 because it was too high up there. And we're going to make it go to like 105-ish. So we played with those numbers a little bit. Let's see what it does now. That's not bad for a health bar. Now, it says I have -1 lives. That's because I never told it how many lives I have. So on this controller's create event, I might need to create and say, you have 3 lives when you start. When you're created, you get 3 lives. Now, to lose a life or to lose health, I'll say when my guy collides with enemy, it's not going to restart the room anymore. I'm going to take that out. Instead of restarting the room when I collide with guy, I'm going to say, let's set the health to be -20, for instance. Relative, which means whatever it is, subtract 20. You start at 100, and so I'd have to hit 5 guys before I reach 0, right? And then not only should it go to -20, the enemy should probably go away, because otherwise if he doesn't go away, I could just sit on top of the enemy and he would just go -20, -20, -20, -20, -20, and I would die then. But he would never go away. So that's kind of bad. Let's see what that does actually if we forget that. Whoa, I can't catch him. Whoa. Oh wait, that's enemy 1. Sorry. Smart enemy, health, -20, relative, okay, play. There we go. Now, my health is in the negatives now. Well, that's bad. So when we collide with an enemy, I'm also going to make that enemy go away. Other will be recycled. So now watch what happens. When I run into a guy, he goes away, but I also lost health. And there it goes again. So you sacrifice health for killing the guy. Now, what else should happen is, when I have 0 health, shouldn't something happen? Yeah. Every step of the way, I want it checking my health. So again, under the controller, I'm going to say every step of the way, I want to check the health. If the value of the health is equal to 0, if health equals 0, then what should be next? What do you think? Restart the room, but I have lives, remember. So when I have 0 health, what should happen to my lives? You lose 1 life, right? So I want to set the number of lives to -1 relative, which means subtract 1 from whatever it is. Now, what if I have no more oh, also it should probably restart the room at the same time. Okay, so if health equals 0, we're going to do several things. Whenever you want to do several things as a result of an if, you need to put in these blocks. If it's only one thing, you can just use the one thing. But to be consistent, we could also do this. So if number of this, do this. If health is 0, set lives to relative to -1. Also, Maddie, you were correct that I should also restart the room to put him back at the beginning. You don't have to do this part. Where am I at? There we go. And actually, if you restart the current room, he'll go back to 3 lives, which is bad. So we don't actually want to restart the room. We just want to move him to wherever he started. In other words, you see this one says jump to your starting position or jump to creating position. I'll put that in there. And object that's jumping there should be guy. All right, let's test and see what we got so far. Okay, I lost some health. I'm not going to lose enough health. I need to add a couple more guys. Smart enemy 2. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so I should lose health and they should go away when I hit one. I'm losing health. I'm getting close to 0 health. When I hit 0, there, did you see it reset to the beginning position? Now I've also got -2 lives, so we got to fix that. The reason we went into the negative lives was when I lost a life, I should also get my health back then. So jump to start position and set your health back to 100. Not relative, just set it to 100. Because now health is no longer 0, so it's not going to do this anymore. Right? Okay. Now let's see where we're at. Okay. Health is going down. Health is going down. Good. I restarted. Very good. Looks good. Now, one last thing that my controller should do. It should check how many lives I have. When should something happen when having to do with my lives? If what? If the number of lives, so we want the octagon one, if the number of lives is equal to 0, what should it do? Yeah, maybe restart the game even. So, there's one here that says restart the game, which will, if they're on level 4, it's going to jump them all the way back to level 1. You could also have a little pop-up that says when they have no more lives, you could have it say, you lose, start over, or whatever you want it to say. Okay, so when you play the game now, you lose health, lose health. Boom, start it over. And if I had no more lives, it would pop up with that and say, you're horrible. I'm just going to put in 1 life here and see what happens. Oh no, oh no. You lose, start over, then it restarts the game.